You know what, folks? What did Donald Trump say? I could go down on Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and get and people still vote for me, whatever. Okay, so I'm your host BKP. Let's go to the Harley Davidson. Pull the Harley up there. I thought did I send you a Harley? If I didn't, I wish I would have. Okay. So Harley Davidson, the tariffs and everything, and the media loves this because they just don't know how to handle this. Okay. You see. I told you yesterday. Now, there was someone that commented after the show and said, you know, in a nice way, said, I think you're wrong on the Harley Davidson. Okay. How am I wrong on the Harley Davidson? I did a segment yesterday. How am I wrong on that? Well, you know, they're beholden to their stockholders. And they have to make decisions, financial decisions, because they're beholden to their stockholders, and they got to answer for, you know, being profitable and so on and so forth. Folks, Harley Davidson was beholden to their stockholders last year. They were beholden year before last. They don't want to talk. Here's what they don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk about how many foreign parts that are floating in from other areas. You remember the old days, like when Ronald Reagan put a tariff on Japanese Kawasaki, Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda, you name it, motorcycles getting dumped here. He put a major tariff that gave Harley Davidson an opportunity to retool and become this awesome wrap a flag around my ass and get on a Harley motorcycle. I'm serious, that's what it became. Ronald Reagan, apple pie, the whole works, a Harley Davidson, you can't beat it. And so now let me say this. The media misses the point because Harley Davidson is a little nervous about the fact that the people that once protections were put in place to stop, they now buy probably so many foreign parts that by the time they float through the tariffs coming into this country, they can't make. See, it's not shipping the motorcycle to the EU. Oh, no, 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 no. It's what may be coming in. Oh, you ever thought about that? You ever thought about Harley Davidson was okay with the tariffs at one time, but not now? But it may be the foreign parts that they have to have come in to complete their motorcycles. Maybe Harley Davidson had to be beholden to their stockholders last year, year before last. Maybe they've had some bad business decisions that Harley stock has had maybe some problems. I don't know. I didn't do the history. But then it's the bottom line is, the media loves to say this morning, why, my God, Harley Davidson, Trump has done it now. Does he not realize 90% of people that ride a Harley Davidson are Trump supporters? This got him. This is the thing that will end his supporters. No. No. It will not. No. It will not, because let me tell you something. Let's just dwindle that a little further down. Let's just squeeze that number just a little bit. So if you have 100 Harley Davidsons out there and 90 of them are Trump supporters, let's squeeze down another 20. I'm going to go as high as 70. I could be wrong, but then again, who knows? There's never any way to fact check me, right? But let's just say 70% of the Harley Davidson motorcycle owners are somewhere close to Vietnam vets. Well, wait a minute, are you going to go there? Yeah, I'm going to go there. Maybe 70. Oh, maybe only 60, 70. Are Vietnam vets and the lady of their choice, just saying, I'm not getting into that, is sitting on the back. Right? For a Sunday ride with the group. Huh. Rolling Thunder comes into Washington, D.C. Huh. Well, let me tell you what they will trade that motorcycle for, because that motorcycle does not have the value to them that knowing what Donald Trump is truly trying to do at the VA. That motorcycle does not have the value to them of knowing that Donald Trump is doing everything he can for veterans, everything he can to correct the corruption, the disaster, and the lack of care our veterans get in the VA. And Donald Trump is bolstering the military because he's tired of seeing through the Obama administration our helicopters collapse, our boats sink, and planes go down, and we have young men and women killed because of the poor equipment we have. See, the vets know that. Let me tell you what else those veterans know. They know their brothers that wear the Korean War hat. They know there's remains that nobody since 1953 has been able to start getting home. They know prisoner of war and remains and missing in action is very high on the demands for the President of the United States. So let me tell you something, media. Once again, you have this wrong. There's two things that you have wrong, and I apologize for being so firm. The media, you have it wrong on the Trump supporters being Harley riders, and now he's done it. Because let me tell you what they are in the end. They're true blue Americans, and they know Donald Trump loves this country with a passion. So that's your wrong. Harley's making a major mistake, okay? Second, I'm wrong because of stockholders, and they're beholden to stockholders. I forgot. Stockholders are exactly what made this country great in the first place. Why? It was stockholders that invented that built the railroads across this country. And it was stockholders that built pipelines like the Rockefellers did. Rockefeller did. It was stockholders that built the great steel mills. I understand it was stockholders that sacrificed everything and worked in the coal mines to make this country great. Yeah, I forgot how awesome the stockholders have been in creating the wealth. But tell you what I don't forget, and I apologize for you stockholders out there, and I know it's important to your portfolio, okay? But let me tell you what, stockholders that will sit here and look at me and say that if my corporation moves to the EU, it takes all the jobs, and my stock goes through the roof. Why, I love everything about it. I'm sorry, just something I question there. So I forgot the stockholders, the importance that they played in making this country great. Okay, got to move on from that. Now, what else do I have on tap? I'm going to do this one. I got to do this. They're also on there. They're also on there this morning on MSNBC talking about the Muslim ban. And it is a training video. It's a recruitment video. Now, this is how crazy those damn people are. While this is the greatest recruitment. Now, the Supreme Court of the United States, I think I keep it right here, the Constitution. So the Supreme Court of the United States, now you and I know, okay, that the first travel ban would have held up at the Supreme Court. We know that. We know now it would have went through guns a-blazing. Should I have said guns a-blazing? I should not have said that. Well, anyhow, it would have went right through. And Jeff Sessions waters it down. It's like going to a bar with $6 drinks and getting a cheap vodka that 50% of it's water. So they put the watered down travel ban, as they call it there. I call it a concern for our country, or who the hell comes in here piece of document. But they water it down, but it goes through. Lower courts find it. Remember, we talked courts earlier. Lower courts find it to, not stand up. They strike it down, so they got to go all the way to Supreme Court with it. Lower courts, okay? Look at how long it's taken us with a travel ban. Travel ban, as they call it, it's been named. Folks, we knew day one. I mean, we had legal scholars coming out saying that constitutionally the president had these rights. Okay? But that being said, the Constitution. They're on TV now saying that this travel ban that the Supreme Court held up, that the executive branch, the President of the United States, has the power to do, according to this Constitution, they will throw it out. You yell Second Amendment? Oh, look at this. I'm telling you right now, they're on there saying that we should have thrown the Constitution out because this travel ban will be the biggest recruiting tool of ISIS and Al-Qaeda. That's what Barnacle said. This will be the biggest recruiting tool for them. While ISIS and Al-Qaeda will flourish now because of the recruiting tool, we should have thrown this Constitution away. Thrown it away. Not to mention that the countries that are on the list were the countries that Barack Obama identified. But we should have thrown this Constitution clear out the window because it's just going to end up causing us a problem in the end because this is a recruitment tool for Al-Qaeda. Now, guy goes down to South Carolina, all right? And he holds a rally. They are scared to death. Donald Trump is going to North Dakota. We talked about Duluth, Minnesota, right? Oh, yeah, I think it's the 8th district. Okay, that's going to go red. That's going to go red. Minnesota's going to go red in 2020. The seat's going to flip. The blue wall with Joe Crowley and them, the blue wave is gone. They've imploded, okay? Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, they've imploded, okay? Now the news media is trying to soften the blow that they're socialists, not Democrats, because they're scared to death because you're going to hear some people say, look, if I'm a Republican right now, and they have no respect for me whatsoever in my view of politics, but if I'm a Republican right now and I'm counseling you anywhere in the United States, okay, I would put the picture of the lady that just won in New York. I'd put the picture of Elizabeth Warren. I'd put the picture of Keith Ellison up in Minnesota. I would put the picture of lady in New York, Keith Ellison, Elizabeth Warren, and I would roll through. And I would say, they want you to believe they are your mom and dad's Democrat Party. They're not, folks. They're the Socialist Party. Put a big stamp X over that D and put the Socialist Party up there. Socialist. McMaster. So Trump goes down to South Carolina, and Governor McMaster, which was appointed, not elected, okay? I got a picture of McMaster and Trump there in South Carolina 2 nights ago. Remember? So what Trump did is he went down to South Carolina and he told them, remember, get off your ass and go vote. And they did. McMaster has won his primary there, the runoff, so he is the Republican nominee and will likely win. Just like Mike Pompeo went to North Korea. The media is not going to talk about Bolton, John Bolton, the mustache, put Bolton Putin up. John Bolton, the mustache there, is gone to see Putin, all right? Russia. Trump is going to sit down with Putin. He has no reason not to sit down with Vladimir and see what direction Vladimir thinks he's going to take his tanks and aircraft in next, okay? He's got to get a feel for things because the Russian hoax is just that, a Russian hoax. So he's headed over, Bolton, the mustache, is headed over to see Vladimir, and they're getting ready to talk to Vladimir. So Trump is really working for the American people. The American people do not want a war or battle with Russia. We don't want a war or battle with China. We don't want it with North Korea. We just want fair trade, okay? And we want left alone. And, you know, we believe we're the greatest country in the world. You can believe what you want. Moving right along, let me get this other one here I wanted to show you. Where did I have that? Okay, so he's headed over there. Peter Strzok, FBI. We just found out. Now, Doug Collins, now just think how long ago, okay? Now, hear this out, because we have got the reports of the missing text messages. We've got the reports of the documents that the DOJ and the DOJ and FBI will not turn over. Christopher Wray or Rod Rosenstein will not turn over. We've got all that, okay? We don't have it. We get it here that they're not turning over, they're not cooperative. We have major gaps. Is it Tom Fitton with, who is he with? Come up with a minute. Judicial Watch. Tom Fitton with Judicial Watch. We know the major gaps in text messages. Just think what we've seen. They won't turn over, we can't get. There's major gaps in text messages from Strzok, Lisa Page, McCabe, that the IG, the Inspector General, Horowitz, did not get. This case is a disaster. It's got nothing to do with Trump. So that being said, the thing that really scared me yesterday, okay, is Congressman Doug Collins asked months ago, go online, Georgia 9th District Congressman Doug Collins asked months ago if Peter Strzok still had his security clearance. Nobody would answer. Congressman Collins has been wondering for the longest time. You remember, he got pulled off the Mueller case, the Mueller counsel, right? Well, as soon as Robert found out that he was texting back and forth with Lisa and McCabe, and, it wasn't very flattering to the president, he got rid of him. No, as soon as he got caught, and, there's things happening, you say, let's get ahead of the media on this. And the media's been telling you, but no, Robert Mueller did the right thing. He did not wait for somebody to tell him. He did not wait for this to come out. No, he got ahead of it. He found out. He said, this is coming out in the media any day. Let's get ahead of this. You got to go and you got to go. But when Mueller was putting his team together and he was getting his Hillary Clinton attorneys and his Barack Obama attorneys and his Bill Clinton attorneys and his Democrat attorneys and all the people that were going to work for him that are Democrats, and you keep hearing that Robert Mueller is a Republican. Why? He's a Republican. While he was getting the team together, he dialed up over there and he said to Andy McCabe, hey, Andy, send me your best guy. I got him right here. Just send me the top guy, okay? I got him right here. His name's Peter. He's the guy that did Hillary's investigation. He is the guy that's started the Russian collusion investigation. He's the guy that was in the room with Michael Flynn. I got your man right here. Sure, send Peter right over. Peter comes over. Peter Strzok, sir, reporting. I was told to come here. Yes, your desk is right over there. So this guy is found out through these text messages. He's sent to a desk job. He is in HR, human resources. HR, FBI HR, how can I help you? Peter, I'm an agent out here, field agent on the West Coast. Can you look up my file and see how many remaining vacation days I have? Because I don't want to lose them, and they don't roll over, and you guys don't buy them out, and I want to take them. Hold on just a minute, I'll pull your file. Went to HR. But here's what we found out yesterday morning on this show. It's only since last week, all the time we've known this, all the time that we know that he was in Andy McCabe's office with his feet kicked up with Lisa Page saying, hey, man, what are we going to do? We got to have an insurance policy. Andy, what are we going to do? He maintained a security clearance. Maintained it. Just lost it last week. Now he has come out and bragged, oh my God, I'll come out and I will give testimony to Congress behind closed doors. So Peter Strzok is behind closed doors as we speak, maybe here in the next 30 minutes, that you and I, the American people, can't see. Like a lot of other things that's going on with Peter and Lisa and Brian Orr and his wife that worked for Fusion GPS, GSP, GPS, whoever they are, Fusion, and let's see, and Glenn Simpson and Steele with the dossier and the Democrats and Deborah Wasserman Schultz covering up for the DNC. Oh, by the way, Seth Rich is still dead. I'm going to take a quick break, come back, and I've got to wrap up the show. I just want to look around, see if there's anything breaking news before we end today. So take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We get about 10 minutes, so we're going to do a quick run through. I want to talk about the Georgia governor's race, okay? I want to talk about the Georgia governor's race between Brian Kemp and Casey Cagle just for a second. Now, last night I went down, put the picture up of the president's team, okay? And the president's team, and they had a big silhouette of Donald Trump and Mike Pence right there. They got that right there, a big one. It's nice. They are Trump supporters, and we got about 50 in the room, okay? And we got about 50 in the room, and I do not ask candidates questions in public. It's not fair to them, okay? At the end of their little 10, 12-minute speech, they open the floor for questions, and they let their voters ask questions. Brian Kemp, they let them ask questions, okay? Usually what they do is they will hold time for the media afterwards. So they don't like when they got 50 people in the room and somebody in the media maybe do a gotcha question or go after them in front of everybody. So they'll hold time over. So I generally don't ask any questions to the candidates during their time with their voters. It's important for them to be with their voters. But last night I'm sitting there in this room, and I have to tell you, I want to be candid, okay? I want to be candid. I am not a Nathan Deal fan. I don't hate anybody. Mom said we're not allowed to. So, and I'm not a big Nathan Deal fan. I just don't think he's the Republican he claims to be in the state of Georgia, our governor here. I'm just not excited about him, and I don't think he has pushed a good Republican agenda for a red state in the South. Now, moving right along. So we got about 50 people in the room, and they're asking questions, and they're done. And the lady said one more, and somebody asked a question, and when the lady asked the question, I was sitting there the whole time, and I was looking at Brian Kemp, and this goes to Casey Cagle too. If Casey Cagle would have been in the room, I'd ask the same thing, and I'm asking it now. So I said to myself, I do talk to myself at these events, and I said, don't say anything. Then I said, how can you help but not say anything? Don't say anything. And I've been wanting to do this for a while, and the timing is right because I got Donald Trump over my shoulder, right? I got Mike Pence and Donald Trump right here, so I'm thinking, there's no better time, right? So I raised my hand, and she said, no more questions, because they already went through, and I knew I violated the no more questions, okay? But Brian Kemp said, no, I want to answer whatever he's got. So he's nice enough. He says, I want to answer whatever he's got. So put up Brian Kemp. So I standing in the back of the room, good 50 people out to see this guy, and I looked at him and I said, Mr. Secretary, this is not a question, it's more of a statement, okay? But I'm going to tell you how you get my vote. And this goes for Casey Cagle. I said, I will tell you how you get my vote. I said, I get the emails. I'm on both their email lists. I get the emails, okay? And all day long, Casey Cagle and Brian Kemp, I go on there, there's a Brian Kemp, Casey Cagle, Brian Kemp, Casey Cagle. All day long, I've gotten emails of, I like Trump more. I like Trump more. I like Trump first. I like Trump first. Trump and I had a Coca-Cola together at the airport. No, Trump and I had a Coca-Cola and fries at the airport. I swear to God, it's like, oh my God. You didn't support Trump. You didn't support Trump. You supported Trump on this day. I supported him on this. It's over and over. So I said, Mr. Secretary, let me say this. You and your opponent, and I didn't mention his name, but I said you and your opponent are trading daily emails to all of us out here about who likes Trump the most, who supported Trump first, and who went and saw another candidate's rally. That's all I hear. I said, I don't care, Mr. Secretary, who endorsed Trump first. I don't care if you had a candidate. I've got good friends. I got very, very good friends that are so pro-Trump today that were Ted Cruz. They supported Ted Cruz. So I said, look, I don't care. I don't care when you endorsed, how you endorsed. I don't care. Here's what I want, and this is how you're going to get my vote. The candidate that will convince me that they will unequivocally, 100%, hands down, this is saying a couple extra things today, support the President of the United States, day in and day out. I don't want a governor, I refuse to have a governor, that if Donald Trump sends out a tweet, that they get a little weak in the stomach, and they have to say something to defend themselves over Donald Trump. And I was very adamant. I went into greater detail. But I said, that's who will get my vote. I said, I am tired of people that don't support the next governor of Georgia that wants my vote candidate has to convince me that they 100% support the President of the United States. I said, I supported the president from the time he came down the escalator. That's just the way I feel. I won't go into Brian Kemp's answer right now. I will just tell you the room liked his answer. But also the room liked my question, because I think, not speaking for them in the room, I think I asked the question or made the statement that we all wanted to make. So the room, thank you very much, overwhelmingly enjoyed my question, and the room overwhelmingly enjoyed Secretary Kemp's answer. Now, I asked Casey Cagle the same thing. See, I don't want a governor that has scheduling conflicts. I don't want a governor that is somewhere else when Donald Trump visits Georgia. I don't want a governor that at the national championship game is seen briefly in a skybox with the President of the United States. I want a governor like McMaster that walks up to the podium and introduces as proud to welcome to Georgia. I want the full thing. I want a governor, I want to see a Brian Kemp or Casey Cagle, whatever you may choose, walk to the podium and say, I am happy to have President Donald J. Trump in Georgia today. I see governor meetings in Washington, D.C. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't see Nathan Deal. I see Speaker of the House David Ralston for transportation. I see Steve Gooch, State Senator Steve Gooch, but I don't see Nathan Deal. So that's what I want. Well, there's a whole lot of other issues. Let me tell you something. If you're going to support Donald J. Trump, I feel very good that you're going to support the other issues that's important to me in the state of Georgia. I'm not a single issue person, okay? I'm not. Don't take me wrong. I'm not saying I'm going to vote for pro-choice, pro-life, but you got your Second Amendment, very Second Amendment here. You got your pro-life. You got your pro-this. You got your pro-that. You got teachers that have this is their issue. Okay, I'm not a single voter issue person, but I know this: if you can convince me, Brian Kemp or Casey Cagle, me, that you will unequivocally and not get weak in the knees when he sends out a tweet, and not get all upset if he calls Maxine Waters a name. And not get all bent out of shape because he doesn't like Mark Sanford and he's a Republican. If you can convince me of that, then I'm for sure when you take office in Georgia, the other issues we will be like-minded on for the most part in the state of Georgia, and I will be comfortable with you being our next governor. That's my point. So that's what I told him. Did you put Cagle? I put Cagle. I want Casey Cagle also. No, that's the other candidate, Casey Cagle. So if you're looking for my vote, either you candidates better convince me beyond the shadow of a doubt. I'm worse than a damn jury, okay? I'm worse than when the damn judge gives the jury orders. And I'm worse than the jury when that slick attorney is standing there and he's giving a closing statement. He tells that jury, you have to find within a shadow of a doubt. No doubt whatsoever can you have. So both of you candidates, the one that gives me absolutely no doubt whatsoever that you'll support Donald Trump as President of the United States and not get weak-kneed and actually introduce him from a podium and welcome him to Georgia, that's who gets my vote. Okay, let's see what else I have. I got to have something else, right? Let me check. I'm checking around. It's almost time for Instant Replay, our sports show. Do not leave. This came out, and I told you about it yesterday, and I think it's disgusting because it's the reason it upsets me. And you want to tell me there's no deep state, and you want to tell me some of these people are not so establishment. Now this came out Tuesday. This was Tuesday, yesterday, okay? Republican senator will drop his hands on judges. Oh, back up. Republican senator will drop his holds on judges in exchange for a vote on tariffs. Now the executive branch, there's Republicans that are trying to change the powers in the executive branch. My internet is running slow, and I'm all choked up here. I want to get this story before I have to go. I've only got a minute here, and CNN keeps wanting me to join something, and they keep wanting me to do something different. President Donald Trump's appeal court nominees. Damn it! If it's computer, it's got to be. It's a CNN website, so you can understand, folks. Let me see if I can get it here because I'm doing. Senator Jeff Flake told CNN Tuesday, Senator Jeff Flake from Arizona told CNN Tuesday he will lift the extraordinary holds he put on all of President Donald Trump's appeal court nominees. This is what you need, America. Remember, we started 5-4. 5-4. They want the court. Okay? Want the court. 5-4. I got to play something. Go to the Joe Crowley, and you know where I have it set up for the 6 minutes and 22 seconds. Bypass the opening. Go straight to that 6:22, Amanda. Okay? I can't leave without this point. Stay with this video. You tell me when you're ready. Go to the, I think I put down 6:22 or something. Start the video there, the other video.
Washington always has its eye on the next election.
Our president is used towards immigrants in this nation is really, it's abhorrent to me, quite frankly. It's not representative of who we are as a nation. So this president making this move is different from any other president doing it, quite frankly.
Let's turn to the midterms. President Trump says that your party is vulnerable in November. Here he is.
Democrats haven't learned. They still think the loyal citizens who care about jobs and borders and security are deplorable.
How confident are you that Democrats will win in November and take back control of the House?
We're a long way from November. Let's be clear about that. But I'm confident that the American people want to bring balance back to the United States government. What they see right now is Republicans in charge of the presidency, the Senate, the House, and some would argue the Supreme Court. Every branch of government seems to be controlled in some way or facet by Republicans.
But I mean, forgive me, that was what voters decided.
Well, look, they have an opportunity here to change course and correction. That's the beauty of our democracy. The House of Representatives, every member of the House of Representatives is up for election this year.
I just could not leave without doing that. See, every branch, they want to bring back balance. Every branch. He even named the Supreme Court, folks. They named the Supreme Court. That's Joe Crowley that got beat last night. But they named the Supreme Court. The House, the Senate, the Executive, okay, and the Supreme Court. And they say they want to bring back balance. And you've got people like Jeff Flake. Jeff Flake that wants to help them, senator from Arizona, saying he will lift the hold on appeals court judges. Do you realize the appeals court judges is what rules on things that keep going to the Supreme Court? If he gets a vote on legislation that can make it harder for the president to use national security as a reason to impose tariffs on our country, they want to change. Okay, I want to vote on tariffs, a serious vote on tariffs, said Flakes, who, like many free trade Republicans on Capitol Hill, not free trade Republicans on Capitol Hill, establishment, all right, must be stockholders. I'm just saying right now, this bothers me that they're holding appeals court judges trying to change the executive powers of this country. They will do anything. And I'm talking the John McCains. I'm talking the Jeff Flakes. I'm talking the Republicans, not just the Democrats. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Stay tuned now for our instant replay sports show, our sports show instant replay right after these messages.